Welcome in here to episode number 144 of Burns and Berman. We're getting close to episode number 150.
We are. That's a big milestone right there.
Yeah,
We're going to get there by, let's see, hold on. Let me pull out my calendar. So there's
Definitely
today,
before the end of the regular season. No doubt about that.
Friday's 145, then 146, 147, 148, 149. Christmas Day would be 150, but I can't do a show on
24-hour stream.
Yeah, I can't do a show on Christmas Day, obviously. So 2 days after Christmas, the 27th, the day after the Bears are on Thursday Night Football, is going to be.
Yeah.
That's going to be the 150.
Yeah. How about that?
That's wild, man.
But we got to start with something because I mean, he's come to Detroit twice and he's gotten booed twice. So
yeah,
kind of fair. Be totally honest with you, Francis.
And people like starting beef with his wife on Twitter, like
yeah. But all that being said, there's something going on right now that has the attention of the entire world. And it centers around a man who is from this area, went to Gilman, the Baltimore all-boy private school bubble is in full force again as the valedictorian of the class of 2016 of a school that is very close to me.
Oh.
Is very much in the news right now.
Oh. I just realized that.
This is wild because it's so like it's Gilman. Like, I mean, it doesn't do anything for you, but like that's I mean, remember I talked to you about the all boys like lacrosse schools that are in, that's one of them.
Mm-hmm. How close is that school to like your house?
Let's see, I'll tell you. It is.
He's talking about the CEO who got murdered. The guy
Luigi Mangione.
Yeah, the guy who suspectly killed him, like lives like right next to Josh, basically.
Gilman is. Why is it not loading? 21 minutes from my house.
That's wild. So damn. So he grew up like right next to you.
I got friends who go. No, he grew up in Towson, Maryland, which is 15 minutes from my house. The county right next to me.
That's crazy.
I have friends that go to Gilman. One of them took a picture of his name is on the wall because there's a list of all the valedictorians. He took a picture. It's him.
That's crazy, dude. I haven't really like been super invested into
I have not been very much. I really have not been invested that much at all.
Until they said that it was that school.
And then it was like Gilman's like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I thought that you were going to bring up the Brett Favre situation at first.
That's also really interesting.
That the whole internet is buzzing over that. And I was
so remember that video I made a while back about how TJ Watt probably actually has a sack record because that one Michael Strahan sack, not the one of him Favre taking the dive.
Yeah.
So that video had about 70,000 views yesterday.
Yeah.
In the last 24 hours, it has more than doubled views. That was posted in May.
Yeah, because it definitely pops up like when people search the shit up.
I looked under my analytics. It is my number one most viewed video over the last 7 days. It was posted in May.
How TJ Watt should have the sack record. You should like remake the video again.
I don't even know if I need to. It's
no, but you should do that today for people who haven't seen that one and just like reiterate that point again.
Yeah, I probably will actually. It's a good
also,
idea.
Is Instagram down for all of you guys right now? Instagram.
Oh, well, I don't know if it still is, but it was.
I think it's still down.
Let's see.
Yep, I just have it stuck on my phone that your reel is uploading.
Yeah, Instagram is down. By the way, our 24-hour stream is coming up once again. This year it's going to be in person. So it's going to be on TikTok and Twitch. It is going to be It's going to be fun. Yeah,
it's in person with you two.
Yeah, because that way we can
crazy.
Because that way we can do it to TikTok. We wouldn't be able to stream to TikTok if we weren't together.
And the Ravens do play on Christmas Day. So when are you starting the stream?
It's going to be 8 to 8. We're going to end the 24-hour stream with Ravens Texans.
You're going to end it with Ravens Texans?
Yep, because that way we get Steelers Chiefs as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So you're going to stay up the whole night before?
Yes.
So you're going to be up for like 36 hours straight? Because there's no way that you're going to sleep in that full day before.
Not the whole day, but I definitely get some sleep. Here is the graphic that Francis made. Michael did not like it. But I love it.
Look at all the pictures of Michael on there. That's awesome.
Michael was not a fan of it.
The upcoming schedule.
Probably because Francis came to me for pictures, so I supplied pictures. But yeah, those are our upcoming streams.
Why only the second half of Niners Rams on Thursday? Why only the second half of Niners Rams?
I don't remember, but there's a reason.
Michael Mursky being Michael Mursky?
I'm not fully sure, actually. Anyway. Let's let's get into power rankings here.
Sure.
These are my power rankings for the week. I'm pretty sure that this is the least amount of movement.
Probably this week really wasn't anything too special.
Week to week I've had. Nothing really. There's only, 1, 2, 3, 4 teams that moved more than 2 spots. And 2 of those teams are in the bottom 4.
Yes, he did. Michael did invest in the Hawk to a coin. He lost his whole college fund, everything. Michael will not be choosing a university because he lost all of his money in the Hawk to a coin.
So if you take out the bottom 5, only 2 teams moved. 1 team moved up 3, 1 team moved down 3. No one else really moved up that much or down that much.
Why does Detroit have to be that good, man? Why do they have to be that good? I hate it so much.
What do we think about the Eagles being at 2?
Fine with it. They didn't look their best against the Panthers, but this weekend they could prove it as well.
Yeah.
This weekend they could prove it. And there's a team sitting right at 7 that they're playing that can move up a couple spots as well with a nice win over nice win over Philly. That's going to be an interesting game. But besides that, looks good. Yeah, I really got no complaints. There's really no movement on here.
Yeah, there really isn't. Chat, anything? Let me know, chat, if anything stands out here.
The New York Giants have officially dropped to last place.
Yep, we've moved the Giants down to 32. The Raiders are really not far behind.
Yeah. Dude, you guys should do text-to-speech for the 24-hour stream.
I'm just not sure if that works with StreamYard. I'm not sure if we'd hear it on StreamYard.
You could definitely find a way to hook up like a Bluetooth speaker or something to it. Because that would be so funny. That would be hilarious.
I think I'll talk to Michael about it. I'm down for that.
You would make a bag, Josh. You would.
Yeah, I think I'm all right with it. I think
I'd go on there. I'd send a Christmas present and just to fuck with Michael. And you have to keep it on when you're broadcasting the game. Like that would be the funniest part to do it during.
Yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, no, I really got nothing from this, Josh. I mean, everything was fine. Carolina's moving their way up slowly but surely.
They are.
Yeah. Oops. Yes, bro. This is the biggest sore.
This is crazy.
It's the biggest sore loser thing ever. I know that it's not the school doing it or like an Ohio State fan.
Yeah, well, I mean, considering every single Ohio State fan I haven't seen one person support this.
No, not even Ohio State fans.
No.
They're like, you're making us look like the biggest losers in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they would take they want to make it a felony charge. A felony for planting a flag at the middle of the field. Not just like a fine, nothing like that, a felony.
It's pretty
for doing that. Maybe just don't lose to Michigan at home and you wouldn't be dealing with this problem, especially when you're 20-point favorites in that game.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Brett Favre, we can talk about that for a little bit.
It's interesting because it's a story that is 30 years old.
Yeah.
It's getting me excited. This 30 for 30 though looks awesome.
No, it does. It looks good.
Now, Mark Gastineau is one of the better players not in the Hall of Fame. I'm sure you all saw the TikToks of him complaining about not being in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
If you look at his resume, he is by far the best member of the New York Sack Exchange. Joe Klecko did get in, and Gastineau was way better. But as people are learning, he had one hell of a reputation. He was the first player to do a sack dance. He's the guy. He's the reason why the NFL instituted excessive celebration, because they were getting tired of him doing a sack dance. That's a real thing that I'm sure they will touch on in the 30 for 30. As he did a phenomenal job putting on display, he is known as just a horrible human, and he did a great job showing that to everybody. But if we talk about it on the field, he absolutely does have that resume. And I'm interested to see what happens, because the conversation is going to start up again. And then the way the senior candidates work for the Hall of Fame is once you are 25 years out of the NFL, then you're no longer a modern era candidate. You have to go. It's a totally different process. So they have to. It would be very interesting to see. And it's Sterling Sharp is finally going to hopefully get in the Hall of Fame this year.
Yeah.
Through that process this year.
Yeah, it's just definitely interesting because everybody knows that Brett Favre, obviously, that he's not the best person in the world, but seeing two people in the same room and Brett Favre is somehow the better guy, that's definitely interesting to say the very least. I think you can agree with that. But I have a topic to bring up, Josh.
Okay.
I do.
All right, yeah, let's talk about it.
Joshua Block, I have a question for you regarding this, okay? As we know, this isn't the NFL, this is college football. And you see those 4 first-round matchups. Each team is a favorite by at least 7 points or more.
Yep.
But as I said, it's college football, and one of those teams is losing. There will be at least one upset in the first round. We can almost guarantee that.
I don't know.
If you had to pick one, who is it? We still got a long time until these games. We still got a week.
Tennessee, Ohio State's the only one that I think is a toss-up, to be honest with you.
Really? The big one for me that I look at, number one, I think that Notre Dame is going to sweep the floor with Indiana.
Notre Dame got Notre Dame kind of got screwed.
Yeah.
Notre Dame should have been the 5 seed.
Well, it's their own. Yeah, no, they should have been the 5. They should have been the 5. I do agree with you with that. I think
ever since their loss to Northern Illinois, they've been the best team in the country.
Yep. I think that Penn State's going to wipe the floor with SMU. I think the Tennessee.
So hold on. Who would win, Penn State or Bama?
That's such a shitty question, Josh.
Well, that's the whole thing.
No, it is. But that's a different conversation. Hold on.
Yeah, we'll get into that after.
We can get into that. We can get into that. Tennessee, Ohio State. I think that Tennessee is going to keep it close, but I think that Ohio State pulls it out. Ryan Day loses a lot of big games, but I don't think that that's a big game that he loses. Hell, I think that Ohio State might even win the full damn thing. But
my God, they need it.
Clemson, Texas, Josh. Clemson, Texas.
I'm in a shitty situation there because all year I've been like, I can't back off of Texas. Texas was my preseason pick.
Mm-hmm.
My preseason pick was Texas.
Yep.
And I've said the whole year, I don't want to back off on them. But let's not lie to ourselves. They don't look like a national champion. They don't look like they're even close.
This is it. This is the reason right here.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Dabo is going to go into Texas, dude. It screams Clemson. It screams Clemson to me.
I can see it.
Oh my God. And they have been hot as a whistle. It just makes too much sense. They win off a prayer, and now that they're here, that they're in the playoff, dude, it's gonna be locked in.
And then they would get Arizona State.
Yeah, which Arizona State does look very good. Like they look like they deserve.
But that's what I'm saying. That'd be a really fun matchup.
That would, and I would. You know what you should do with your flip dollars, which we could talk about that as well.
Yeah,
is I'm gonna throw $10 on Boise State to be the national champion and $10 on Arizona State to be the national champion. Dude, they're each plus 6,000. They have the worst odds in the whole tournament, but they get a first round bye, and it's neutral site games the rest of the way. It's like,
yeah,
they go on a little roll, maybe even make it to the championship. The cash out value is going to be pretty damn good. I'll take some coin, and if I lose $20, I lose $20. You know,
right.
But back to what you were saying, Alabama and SMU.
It's a lose-lose situation.
It is.
You're wrong no matter what you do.
Yeah, and what I was saying, the biggest point that I made is I would say at a neutral site, if SMU played Alabama, Alabama wins that game 9 out of 10 times.
Let's be honest, I think they smoke them.
Yeah. No, if there were 10 games on a neutral site, I think that Alabama wins 9 out of 10 of them.
Yeah.
But you can't go around running your big mouth saying that we're the SEC. Yeah, we're in the SEC, and then drop 2 stupid games to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma.
Right. And that's why it's so interesting, because
they scored.
This is one of those debates where I fully see the argument on both sides.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to, first of all, the way I'm talking about SMU is I know they lost. They're a one-loss team. I don't care about the conference championship. That shouldn't count against you for losing it. Yeah. You should get credit for winning. If you lose, you should not get penalized for it. At least compared to a team that didn't make it.
Unless you get smoked like 50-0.
No, I still don't think so, because at least you made it there.
True.
If we're comparing them to Alabama, who didn't.
Yeah.
If we're comparing them to another team that lost their conference championship game, different conversation.
Okay.
So for me, SMU is a one-loss team, not a two-loss team.
Yeah.
So you have an 11-1 team versus a team that went 10-3. 9-3?
I think they went 9-3.
9-3. You have a team that hasn't really played very much competition, but they've done what they've needed to do every single week.
Yep.
Versus a team that's played much tougher competition, has won those games, but then lost gimme games.
Yep. It's weird, man. It's a weird, very, very, very weird place.
This was the thing we talked about it a few weeks ago, where everyone was like, "Oh, well, we're going to 12. There's gonna be no controversy." Yeah, fuck no. There's gonna be way more. Way more.
Yeah, and I saw
there's way more schools that have hope.
I saw a bunch of Alabama fans saying after this, "All right, we're just going to schedule nobodies to play."
You know what? That's not incorrect.
Yeah, but they already play nobodies. They already do.
No, but they also scheduled. Who did they schedule? They've scheduled some tougher games.
They have.
They scheduled tougher games than most of these powerhouse schools.
Last year they played Texas out of conference.
Right.
But like this year they played Wisconsin, which I mean was a bit of a rough game in Wisconsin. But they went in there and steamrolled them.
No, but they're talking about next year you're going to schedule Alabama A&M. Which I don't even know.
That's all SEC play. That's just randomized. The SEC is just randomized. And the games that and the ironic part of what I was saying is the games that Alabama lost were all gimme games in the SEC. The SEC, all it is, and the same with the Big Ten, it's just randomized every year who you play.
But then look who they beat.
Except for like traditions and rivalry week.
The only thing is You're 100% right, but then also look at who they beat.
Yeah, they beat Georgia. They beat up Ole Miss, right?
Yeah.
They beat Mizzou. Which Mizzou, I like Mizzou a lot, but they are not that good of a team. They are not. The rankings are kind of, giving some leeway to Mizzou, if we're being completely
They
honest.
beat Georgia.
Yeah, they did. In a thriller, an absolute thriller, they beat Georgia.
Yeah.
It's such a weird conversation around Alabama. And
forgetting Alabama for a second, can we agree on this, though? The top 4 teams should be the 4 best teams in the country.
I agree.
The auto bids should stay. You should still get an auto bid, but you shouldn't be top 4.
So what you're saying is, I think the perfect way to do it is still have 5 auto bids, but just sort the teams out by how good they are.
We're saying the same thing.
Okay. I do agree with that.
The 5 auto bids should still stay, though.
So then it would be Oregon number 1. Here, wait, hold on. Where is it?
The teams with the bye would be Oregon, Georgia, Texas, and Penn State.
Are those the top 4 in the country?
That's what I'm looking at in the parentheses over here.
No, hold on. Oh, yep. It would be Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Penn State, and then Notre Dame. And then the home games for the first round would be Notre Dame, Ohio State, Tennessee, and Indiana.
Yep. And I think that's the way it should be.
Yeah. That'll be nice.
And then you would get Boise would go to – it would be Ohio State, Boise. No, it wouldn't. It would be –
well, the 5, it would be Notre Dame versus – who's the lowest ranked conference winner? It would be Notre Dame, SMU.
No, Clemson. Clemson 16.
Oh, yep. It would be Notre Dame, Clemson. Then it would be Ohio State, SMU.
Yeah.
No, wait. We fucked up somehow.
No, it would be Ohio State, Arizona State.
Whoa. If we're going straight off the rankings, Josh, is Alabama still in the rankings, which is shocking. So
no, but the auto bids still get the top 5 spots.
Yeah, but if we're going off of what we were talking about, hold on here, wait. Let me. Can you see this one instead?
Yeah.
So these 4, Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Penn State, they get buys. So then Notre Dame's home game would be against the worst ranked. It would be Clemson. Yep. Notre Dame would play Clemson. Ohio State would play against Arizona State.
Yep.
Tennessee would play against SMU. And then Indiana, Boise State.
Boise.
That's not too bad, but I do like.
I think that's better.
I do like these first round matchups a lot. Especially is it fair to like Tennessee, Ohio State? No. But is it cool? But also the thing is that we have to realize that this is the first year of this and that there will be changes. And I think that something like that, like what you're saying, will be one of them.
Yeah.
But
it's a work in progress. Yeah, I think we can all agree it's better than what we had.
It is. It's 10 times better than what we had, dude.
So we're happy that it was done. It's just not perfect yet. The Genty versus Travis Hunter conversations. I was on Genty all year. A couple weeks ago, I switched to Travis Hunter.
And are you sticking there?
I don't know.
Dude, I think I gotta take what's it called?
The public, there's no question who the more popular pick is.
I don't believe that Genty is such a favorite, how they're putting him like. I mean that Travis Hunter is that big of a favorite. Like, I've never seen the public so in love with a guy like this, and the committee is just all over the other one. It doesn't make sense, how big of a favorite Travis Hunter is.
Yeah.
Like, usually when there's 2 guys like this, like, it would be, I still do believe that
this is the closest Heisman race in decades, in my opinion.
Yeah, I still do believe that Travis Hunter should be the favorite, but it should be a lot slimmer than they have it right now.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a day and night decision that Travis Hunter's winning the Heisman, Ashton Genty, no way.
I think, yeah, I mean, the way it's being talked about, I think Travis Hunter is going to win it.
Yeah, no, he will. He will. He is a mega favorite to win the Heisman.
Yeah.
He is. And he will. Because the thing is, like, Genty was phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. And he's going to be a top 10 pick in the NFL draft, maybe top 12, top 15. But he's going to be around there. And you see a lot of great running backs come out of college. Obviously, not a lot that are on the same level as Ashton Genty, but you don't see a Travis Hunter every year. You don't. Travis Hunter.
We haven't seen this. We haven't seen what either of these two are doing to the level that they're doing it in a very long time.
No, not at all. Not at all.
We've seen players be a step below it, but both of them are on a tier higher than what we've seen.
Yeah.
We haven't seen anyone do what Genty's doing since Barry Sanders, and we haven't seen anyone do what Travis Hunter's doing probably since Charles Woodson.
Yeah. It's ridiculous, man.
Both of those are 25 plus years ago.
Yeah. And it's in the same season.
Yeah.
Which is crazier. Dude, this has actually been one of the best college football seasons ever.
It's been incredible.
It's been so fun. I mean, just thinking back to fantastic games. Obviously, Alabama, Georgia. Alabama getting upset by Vandy. That was a crazy game. Oregon, Ohio State getting upset by Michigan. The list just goes fucking on, man. Yes, this is the craziest stat to me out of all of Ashton Genty's stats. 7.3 yards a carry is insane.
Unbelievable. It's not just 7.3 yards a carry. It's 7.3 yards a carry on 344 carries.
Yeah. That's the ridiculous part, dude. That's actually absurd.
He led the country in carries.
Yeah.
He had
I still can't believe that.
29 touchdowns, 30 actually, because he had a receiving one.
Yeah.
My God.
And he was benched for 8 full quarters because they were blowing other teams out. So if he played those other 8 quarters, you can almost guarantee that Barry Sanders' record.
If you look at the stats, Ashton Genty blows him out of the water.
Yeah.
But Travis Hunter is one of the best receivers in the country and one of the best corners in the country.
Yeah, he's top 10 of 2 positions at once. Playing over 100 snaps a game. It's crazy, dude.
You can't go wrong on this one.
I can't wait to see who drafts him.
Me too. Well,
I saw New England.
Beyond that, I can't wait to see what actually happens to him.
Yeah, if he's used on both sides of the ball.
The conversations about him are going to be really interesting.
I think it depends on what NFL team he goes to.
I do too.
Because I could see, like, I don't know. I don't know who would use him both sides of the ball. Yeah, no, I've seen a lot of New England drafting him.
My guess
New England
is he is going to be a starter at one of the positions and a rotational player at the other.
Okay.
That's my guess. He's either going to be a starting corner and like a wide receiver 4 or 5, or a wide receiver 1 and a cornerback 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
I'm with you there. I'm with you. I could see that. But what position is he better at? That's a real question. I think, dude, that's the weird part.
Close enough where you can just go whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. Because he's so even on both sides.
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy. Just
wide receiver, you make more money, though.
Yes, you do. So he'll probably pick wide receiver. But, I mean, dude, and Shedeur Sanders, because I think that he's going to Vegas without a doubt now. I think that's pretty much set in stone as long as they're there. Do you agree with that, Josh? All the hype around Shedeur to Vegas?
Well,
even Dion saying it himself that they
we haven't heard anything from the Raiders yet.
I know, but we all know they're drafting a quarterback.
Yeah, but we don't know if the Raiders like him or not.
I think it's going to be Shedeur.
We know where he wants to go.
Yeah.
But the Raiders want him too.
Thank you, God.
Yeah. Well, the Raiders have to want him too.
Yeah. Dude, he would bring a different – dude, Because the biggest thing that I've seen a lot about Raiders games is that a lot of it's ever since they moved to Vegas, a lot of that stadium's opposing fans.
They have more. I think the Raiders do a better job at getting away. I think Raiders fans travel better than they show up at home games.
They do.
There were a lot of Raiders fans in Baltimore. When you look at Raiders home games, 50-50.
Because they were all in Oakland. All their fans were in Oakland.
No, they're scattered around the country because of how popular they were in the 70s.
Oh, yeah, no. They are still scattered, but also
it's the same thing with the Steelers.
But their home base was in Oakland.
And LA.
And LA as well. Yes, just California as a whole. And then
that's why they take over SoFi.
Even though it's only like a 4-hour drive, they leave and everybody also takes over SoFi. Let's not kid ourselves.
No, but like when the Raiders go to play the Chargers, it's different.
Mm-hmm. I think the craziest is whenever the 49ers play there.
Both my God. But the Raiders are just as much.
Dude, you remember when they set like on the ticket sales, like you can only buy them if you're in LA?
Yeah.
And not San Francisco? Like that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's gotta feel so weird playing for a team where your stadium just gets taken over every week. What?
Lamar Jackson is playing in his 100th career game on Sunday.
You're old now, fella.
That was what the quote that just popped up. Is they asked him what it meant to be playing his 100th game. He said it means I'm getting old.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's crazy that he's played 100 games.
Especially considering how much time he's missed.
Yeah, that's crazy. 100 games for him.
Lamar and Henry both.
So what? So this is what year is this for him? 7?
7.
Yeah, it makes sense though. 17 games a year.
Yeah.
That's wild, Josh. Dude, we are getting too old. Like, dude, we're going to be retiring next year. From everything, from social media.
We are now at a point where pretty much every single player in the league, with the exception of really only a handful, we've seen their entire careers.
Yeah. Except for a few.
Like, other than Aaron Rodgers. Mercedes Lewis.
Yep, Mercedes Lewis, the old man.
He's approaching top 10 all-time in games played by a non-special teamer, by the way.
He is. He shouldn't be playing on
He's approaching 300 career games.
I feel like bad things just happen whenever he's on the field.
But it's very interesting to have seen these guys. I was talking about this.
I was kidding.
I was talking about this with my friends. Who are the players that you think of as just you had to be there to watch them, guys? The number one answer for me is Odell.
Yeah. Odell was just like, you had to see it.
I saw a stat the other day that said Puka Nacua has the second most receiving yards by a player in their first 25 games. Second most. Odell is first, and he's about 500 yards ahead of him.
Yeah. Dude, Odell was just something different, man.
He was just so short-lived. Man, he was good. It was.
Dude, it was just, I remember after the catch especially.
Yeah.
At recess on the playground, everybody's doing the Odell.
That's the only time I think in NFL history where one play.
This is also a perfect answer.
One play turned that man into a worldwide superstar.
Yep. He was everywhere.
And it wasn't even in the playoffs.
Nope.
It was a game the Giants actually lost.
Yeah. But that was ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
That was incredible to see.
It was a cultural moment.
I'd say, well, obviously for you guys, I'd say Ray.
Yeah. Lewis. I didn't get the chance to really watch him.
Yeah. Oh, mine's simple, though. Devin Hester. You had to be there to see it. That's so easy. Devin Hester, Mr. Ridiculous himself.
Baltimore's own Todd Gurley, who is younger than Derrick Henry.
That's still crazy to see. No, dude, what's the name of Utah's quarterback?
What?
University of Utah. What's the name of their quarterback? Who's going to play like his 7th year in college now?
Rising?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Trevor Lawrence it got into college at the same time as him and has been on the Jaguars for 4 years.
That's
For
crazy.
4 years. And now Cam Rising is still playing in college and is going to play another year. Dude,
him.
there's going to be 40-year-old athletes in college football.
Yeah.
You know what? I never really thought about that. Like, what if, dude, LeBron just retired from the NBA and then said, fuck it, I'm going to go and play for Duke?
Yeah.
He could literally just do that overnight, and he could just be killing these kids on the court. You know how funny that would be, seeing a bunch of college kids and then 45-year-old LeBron James?
One of my favorite things of all time is the image of the kids sitting in math class saying, damn, I got to go guard LeBron in an hour.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Because we know what LeBron was in high school. There's never been anyone in high school doing what he's done.
Yeah. He also looked like a grown-ass man in high school.
Yeah, and the fact that he was 17 years old, sitting in math class and be like, all right, strap him up in an hour. You got to go guard LeBron.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy, man. Basketball, man, it's so sad what's happened to the NBA. The NBA has just gone so downhill.
I haven't watched it, really at all.
The only reason I do is because of sports betting. That's it. I do enjoy betting on the NBA because I am pretty good at betting on the NBA. That's the only reason why I do.
I watch inside the NBA more than I've watched more inside the NBA than I've watched actual NBA this year.
Yeah, it's because, dude, the quality has just gone so downhill. And they try and change it, but they change it in the wrong way. Like adding the NBA Cup, that's something great to have in the middle of the season. That was a great addition. Like, I've been watching the NBA Cup games. Great addition. Yeah. The courts are kind of an eyesore, depends on the team. But if they do it right, it's nice. And then you gotta get rid of some of these games, man. You got to. Yeah. To make it more meaningful, you have to. It's going to get to a point. And I know that obviously there's what's the NBA team in your area? The Wizards?
Wizards.
Yeah.
But I don't know if
it's the same out there. But I can contest for Chicago. Dude, prices to go to these games are ridiculous. We're talking a Tuesday night game between the Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls, and 100 level seats. The cheapest get-in price is $175.
My God.
It's actually, insane.
I will die on the hill that 2021 was the best NBA season.
That season was great.
72 games. It started on Christmas.
Yep.
I will die on the hill that was the best season.
Dude, that season, everybody was invested. I feel like that's the last, NBA season where everybody was truly invested into it.
Yeah.
Last year we watched the finals and everything, but it was just whatever, But the two finals that come to my mind immediately when I think back are Phoenix, Milwaukee, and Golden State, Cleveland.
Well, yeah, Golden State, Cleveland was every year.
Yeah. But that year was even as a fucking Bulls fan, I hate the Bucks. And that year was the best year of the NBA in recent history. But now it's just, dude, and the shitty part is it's not a talent problem.
Actually, I think it is. I think they're too good.
They are getting very good. They are.
I think that these players, I've been thinking about this. Yes, the defense has gotten worse. But you know how much harder it is to play defense now? The second you go past half court, the guy's going to shoot it.
Yeah.
And you got players, they're so good now where it's not even fun to watch them make shots. It's not even fun to
No, the three-pointer is not.
If you're dropping 40 every night, it's not cool anymore.
Yeah, the three-pointer is not as meaningful as it used to be. Back when the Splash Bros first came into the league, and it was Golden State, the 73-9.
73-9.
The 73-9 Golden State Warriors, they shot, I believe, 51 threes a game on average.
Yeah, this year they'd be towards the bottom of the pack.
Yes, they would be towards the bottom of the pack now. It's just changed. Everybody has brought in the what's it called? Everybody's brought in 3-point shooting. That's all it is. Yeah, no,
That's
the MLB is starting to get a lot more popular now. It
Right.
is. The MLB is starting to grow a lot. Now,
the
I don't
thing,
know if
the
it'll
thing with the
catch up to
NBA,
the
I
NBA.
mean, the NFL was always number one. The NBA was always second.
Yep,
Always.
same for me. Same for me.
But I was very into the NBA.
Yeah,
And
so
in
was
the
I.
last
Dude, as a
2 to
kid,
3
oh my
years
God. As a kid, I was all over the NBA.
in the
It
last
was
2 to 3 years, I've paid less and less attention to the NBA. When the next network was first starting, I could tell you pretty much every player in the league.
yeah. Now,
Now, whenever I turn on a game, it's like, oh shit, he's on this team. It's really like I'm
Yeah.
nowhere near as on top of it anymore.
no, either am I. And it's also the shittiest part for the NBA. And which really isn't a problem, besides for the NFL, but they vary pretty well, is there's a better product right next door. Same sport, better product. March Madness, you can't beat that. That's their other biggest problem is you look at the top 10 most viewed basketball games in the past like 3-4 years, besides the NBA finals, there is not a single regular season NBA game on there. They are
I think
all
takes
college
like these
basketball.
okay. This is gonna come across harsh. I think these takes are very lazy. That money is ruining it. That players are no. I think it's the product.
Yeah.
There's just more to it. I don't think it's a one solution type of a thing. I don't think it's a situation where
no, it's
they only need to
multiple
fix
things.
one thing.
It's multiple things. I think it's this. Number one, they need to set stricter rules on that players need to play for a certain amount of games to win awards.
But they're trying to.
They're trying to. Number two, you need to shorten the season. I think that 60 games would be perfect.
I do too, but then you think about it realistically, why would the NBA do that?
They
You realize how
wouldn't
much money they would lose?
You know, they would lose out on a lot of money.
Ticket prices. I mean, every team would lose a significant amount of money.
Every team.
From an entertainment standpoint, you're 100% right, and I'm with you.
Yeah, from an entertainment standpoint, this is talking for the people. This isn't talking for the league. This is talking for the people.
Yeah.
And then number three, let these fucking guys play some defense, man. Let them play some fucking defense.
Yeah.
Let them throw a couple elbows here and there. Make it physical again. That's what made basketball fun. Not when the games are ending 145 to 130.
But do you know why they're ending like that? Because every analytic in the world is telling you to play like that. There's the other thing about the NBA now is that every team is the exact same.
Yep.
There's no one is the defensive team. No one is the pass first team. Yep. Every single team shoots because the analytics tell you this way to do it. So what the NBA needs to do, and I don't have an answer for this, they need to figure out a way to incentivize twos.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you do it.
You know what they need to do? There just needs to be some fucking coach, that would turn out to be a legend, to come out, just get the biggest guys in the NBA, and they just play junkyard dog basketball.
But would that work?
That's the question: is would it work?
And realistically, if you look at the analytics and you watch the games, I think they're going to get run out of the gym every single time they would play.
Yeah.
Because these teams are just running in circles, shooting threes. You're going to get tired, and you're not going to be able to keep up.
Yeah.
So, as great as it sounds, why would a team do it? If there was a good reason for a team to do it, they would have done it by now.
That is true.
That's the whole thing. That's why it's so complicated.
Yeah. And that's why college basketball is so much better, because there's so many different teams.
Yeah.
And that's why it's such a better product. It's the same thing, man. It's ridiculous. But speaking of other sports, guys, we still do have Thursday Night Football tomorrow, which that product isn't ruined, and it shouldn't get ruined anytime soon.
Actually, Thursday Night Football has probably had its best season ever.
Yeah, no, it has been great game after great game, and tomorrow night is just adding to the resume.
Massive football game, man.
With the Rams and the 49ers. Playoff implications on the table. The Rams on the road in San Francisco. This game's interesting, man. It really is. 49ers, they look fucking fantastic against the Bears. They looked incredible. I'll probably stop by and pitch a tent for a second, say hello.
By the way, last week, fans went 11-2. Michael went 10-3. I went 9-4. You went 6-7.
Yep, I had a
overall on the season, the fans 143-65. That's very impressive. I'm 135-73. Michael is 128-80. You are 115-93. You are 20 games back on me. Lock of the week, you're 20 games back on me. Lock of the week, I'm 12-2. Michael's 11-3. You and the fans are 10-4. An upset of the week, me and Michael are 4-10. You're 3-11. Lone Wolf, you're 6-15. I'm 7-8. Michael's 9-16. The fans are 6-2. And then on score margins, I got 18. You have 7. Michael has 6.
And I start off tomorrow night with the Los Angeles Rams going into San Francisco. Not even San Francisco. What city is it in now? Santa Monica?
Clara.
Santa Clara. That's it. Going into Santa Clara.
Out of the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, which stadium is apparently really nice, but I've seen 49ers fans complain about it. Like there's some just like random issues with it.
Yeah.
But when I thought about this game and who I'm going to pick, all I thought about is one thing. There's the 49ers who are maybe have their mojo back. They played great against the Bears. But then on the other side of the ball, there's a veteran quarterback who's thrown 10 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions in his last 4 games. Give me Matt Stafford and the Rams to go in there, keep it easy, keep it sweet. 30-13, Rams win.
I don't know about 30-13, and I'm with you. I think the Rams get it done. I'm going to say I think the Rams win out, and if they do, they win the NFC West because they play Arizona in Week 18. I think this is your NFC West champions. I think they're winning out. That starts tomorrow. Give me the Rams. I think in a close game, but the Rams get it done.
The Rammies, baby, they do
31-24.
Yep, they do it, man. Fuck the 49ers. Fuck the 49ers, man. Fuck the 49ers. Fuck the 49ers.
Roger Goodell on expanding to an 18-game season. We are doing analysis. I would say we are not finalizing any plans at this point. They'll share the analysis with the players' union, which need to be agreed. Okay, so no.
Nothing yet, dude. That'll probably be in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, it'll happen. And when we do, there'll be an extra bye week.
Yeah.
Which means we'll get the Super Bowl on President's Day weekend. Everybody wins.
Yep. Do you think that it will be a unified bye week or no?
It shouldn't be.
Like that they do one bye week where it's every single team off?
Why would they do that?
I don't know. And then you have the Pro Bowl mid-season.
Now that is a good idea.
Like you have it like week 13, week 14, a whole league off, and you have it then. No, actually later than that, probably like week 15, week 16. Whole league has off for the Pro Bowl.
Or
and then the Pro Bowl would
the
actually
way that it used to be, which is, well, the other thing is then you have nothing going on that second, because you're always going to have the 2 weeks in between for the Super Bowl.
True. Damn, that's going to be crazy that the Super Bowl is President's Day weekend. That's going to turn into a wild weekend.
Yeah.
That's so much better. But, yeah, that sounds good. Thank you guys so much.
Fun show today.
Yeah, it was fun. We talked about the association for
it's a good conversation too.
Yes, it was a good and important conversation that the NBA league officials should be having.
Yeah. And I'm sure they are.
Oh, yeah, 100%. They should be having these conversations and they should make some changes. But thank you guys so much for joining. I appreciate it. This is my last show of the semester in this room, and I will be back home on Friday. And then it's celebration time, and I have one final tomorrow, and I need a 34%. I took the practice test, and I got a 74 on it. So
Good.
we're looking good right now. But all right, thank you boys so much. We appreciate it. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.
See you guys.